Hello everyone, my name is Alex Martinez. Welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's video, we're going to be going over a lot of stimulus update and everything you need to know to stay on track of whether you're going to get your payment, whether you're not, what you can do, all this information. So we're going to break down when you're actually going to be receiving the stimulus payment, whether you're eligible, how much money you could actually get, how to update the IRS on information so you get your money as fast as possible, what to do if you are exempt from filing taxes, how you can get around this, if you have dependents, what to do if you receive federal benefits such as Social Security or veterans benefits, and how to track your 2020 stimulus check. Now, getting right off into it, we will be going over a bunch of things today, but the first thing is, when will you actually be receiving your checks? This is for people who have not yet received their checks, who are patiently waiting for their money, and they're like, where's my money at? You know, this is for those people. Now, I have a clipboard right here in front of me that kind of details everything that I want to talk about so I don't leave anything out. So the very first thing that I should mention is more than 88 million US residents have already received their money, either through direct deposit. And we also know that the IRS has already started mailing out paper checks last week. Their goal is to get everybody their payment within 20 weeks. So to accomplish this, what they actually want to do is they want to keep giving out stimulus payments through the form of either direct deposit or through checks. And they will continue doing this for, the IRS says that they estimate about 20 weeks. Now, who will be receiving them first, or who has been receiving them first, is people with lower incomes. So specifically, they say that the checks will be mailed out in reversed adjusted gross income order, meaning people who have lower incomes will receive their checks first, and then people who have higher incomes will come next, and etc., etc. So if you are on the higher bracket, you will receive your check much later. Now, the next question that people are asking and they want to know about is this money free? Do I have to pay this back for some reason when the economy gets better? The answer is no. This money is free. Also, the IRS has clarified that if you receive too much money, or you received money and you weren't supposed to get money, you don't have to give that back either. So that's essentially free money. This does not affect you if you already did your 2019 taxes, or if you haven't done them yet and you're going to do them. This does not affect your tax return. So if you were gonna get money anyways, and you got the stimulus check as well, it doesn't affect the money that you were going to get back. Just consider this as free money. Now, the next thing is, who is actually eligible to receive this money? Now, we talked about this before, and I think you've heard it before, but let me just go over it real quick. You have had to have already filed your 2018 or at least 2019 taxes. So if you haven't already, I would suggest doing that really quickly. And it is basically broken down into 3 categories of people that will be receiving this money. The first category is if you are a resident and you make less than $99,000. The second one is if you are a head of the household, if you file as a head of the household and make less than $146,000 per year. And the last one is if you file jointly without children and make less than $198,000 per year. If you fall into any of these 3 categories, then you are most likely eligible, and we're going to talk more about that. So the next question people are asking is, how much am I actually going to be getting? Let me answer that for you in these 3 categories that I just talked about. First category, if you are single and you filed as a single US resident, you will be if your adjusted gross income is under $75,000, you will be getting the full $1,200. If your adjusted gross income is $99,000 or reaches even a little bit above that, you're going to be getting nothing. And note, any amount you make above $75,000, your income that you get, your $1,200 stimulus payment that you get, will be lowered. It will be decreased. Now, if you are the head of the household, if you filed as the head of a household, you can make up to $112,000 and still receive the full stimulus payment of $1,200. Now, this is capped at $146,000. If you make this amount or more, then you will not be receiving anything. And also the same applies. If you start making more than $112,000 per year, then your stimulus payment will be reduced. You will not get the full $1,200. Now, for couples that have filed jointly, meaning that you have filed as a married couple, you will be receiving $2,400 if your adjusted gross income is less than $150,000. Now the cap for this is $198,000. If you make anywhere between these two values, your payment will be decreased by a certain percentage. But if you make $150,000 or less as a married couple, then you will be receiving $2,400. Now, important note for this though, if one person has a Social Security and the other person doesn't, and you file as a married couple, then neither of you are going to be getting a stimulus check. This has been happening to a lot of people that are married and one person has a Social Security and the other person does not. Make sure that if this is the case, then you are filing separately, and only do so if it is convenient for you. For example, if you notice that you're going to have to pay taxes or pay more in taxes if you file separately than what you're going to be getting back from the stimulus payment, then is it really worth it? Is the thing. You have to see whether it is really worth it to file separately. Okay, so this is for my people who have children or for people who are in college or high school. Now, what the stimulus payment says is that for each child of 16 years of age or younger, you will be receiving an extra $500 added to your already $1,200 stimulus payment. But you will not be receiving any money if your child was just born, if your child was adopted or placed in foster care of 2020. The reason is because they're just looking at 2018 and 2019 taxes, and that's more of a 2020 thing. Now, the IRS also claims, and this is where it really sucks, this is where a lot of people are getting screwed over, that if you were filed, or if you were claimed, if you were claimed as a dependent by your parents and you're in college or in high school and you're above the age of 16 years of age, then you will not be getting anything for the stimulus payment, nor will your parents get an extra $500 added to their already $1,200 stimulus payment, because the bill says that it only gives you money if you are age 16 years or younger. So people that are in college that were really looking forward to this money or who really need it are not going to get it. I know a friend who's not getting anything, and it really sucks. Now, this is for my people who are not required to actually file taxes. Either you are retired, either you are on Social Security, or you are on veterans benefits, or etc. You're not required to file taxes. What is going to happen? Well, the IRS specifically says that people who are on SSI, the supplemental security income, will automatically be receiving their payments. When, you might be asking? Well, they're going to be going out early May. So you know that in May you should be able to expect some type of payment. Now, others who fall under the actual normal income requirement to file taxes can still receive the stimulus check, meaning you can still get your $1,200, but you will have to go through another portal and another application called the non-filers portal. Note that regular people who can file taxes or on Social Security or whatever, most people it's automatic, but only people who are not generally filing taxes do they need to actually go through an extra step, which is filling out the non-filers portal to make sure you get money. Now, the next piece of information are for those who have or receive federal benefits. Now, those of you who receive federal benefits and are wanting to also get your extra $500 for your dependent child, you won't be able to actually qualify unless you fill out the non-filer tool. Now, who actually has to fill this out? It is all applicants who receive SSI or VA benefits that also have a child that is under the age of 16 years of age. Now, if you do, then you will be having to fill out the non-filer tool and you will receive an extra $500 for that child. You have actually until May 5th. The IRS put a deadline, and it is until May 5th to be able to receive this along with your $1,200 stimulus check. Now, if you don't have a chance to get around to this, or you don't want to do it, or something, whatever the reason may be, then you will still be getting your money, but it's going to come in the filing of your 2020 taxes. So you're roughly going to have to wait another year to get that extra $500 credit that you would be receiving if you were to actually just go ahead and fill out the non-filer application. Okay, so these are for my people who want their money as fast as possible. Make sure the IRS has your information on file. How can you do this? Well, you can go through the actual portal and hit Get My Payment. Then you fill out the information that you need to go through, put in your bank account information, put in your routing number, put in all this other information, and you are done. It's as simple as that. Then the next part is just for you to wait. They're saying that if you put in this information before any week on Thursday, then they will update it and get you the money faster than if you were to actually get it mailed. Now, final tidbit of information that I want to end it off with is, what do you do if you don't receive your check? Now, what can you do in this case? Well, if you don't receive your check, you're gonna get a letter in the mail saying why. Now, when you would have received your actual check, you'll get this letter and it'll outline why you didn't receive it and what are the next steps. So far, we have no new other information because the thing is, not everyone has already received their payment. So after everything goes out and you don't receive something for some reason and you say, hey, I should have received it, I know I should have received my money, then the IRS will also give out these letters that will explain what are the next steps that they want you to do in case you did not receive a payment from them. Okay, so that pretty much wraps up everything I want to talk about. Thank you so much for hearing me out. I hope you got something out of that. If you liked the video, please comment, subscribe, like, do all that cool stuff. Thank you so much and have a great day.